Okay, so let's have another video discussion, and this time we're going to talk about electromagnetic waves. Dun sa last lesson natin, pinag-usapan natin yung electromagnetic induction. So nasabi natin dun na electricity can induce magnetism, and in return, magnetism can induce electricity. Okay? So pinakita natin dun yung relationship nitong dalawa, electricity and magnetism, and they can create each other. So next one naman, or they can induce each other. So next one naman is yung electromagnetic waves. Ano naman itong electromagnetic waves? Anong relationship between electricity and magnetism yung ipapakita natin dito? Okay, so electromagnetic waves do not need matter to transfer energy. So hindi na kailangan ng matter para mag-transfer ng energy. For example, yung sound waves or yung sound na pinoproduce natin, they travel only when there is matter, like for example air. Kaya nyo naririnig itong video na ito is because nagta-travel yung sound waves from your speaker of your phone to your ear through the air. Pero kapag ka nasa vacuum of space ka kung saan walang matter, walang air, hindi nagta-travel ang sound waves, so wala kang maririnig. Okay, so hindi yun katulad ng electromagnetic waves that can travel even if walang matter or walang air or there's vacuum. So they are made by vibrating electric charges and can travel through space by transferring energy between vibrating electric and magnetic fields. Okay, so dun sa previous lesson natin, sabi natin a moving charge creates a magnetic field, tama? Okay, ayan, so any moving electric charge is surrounded by an electric field and a magnetic field. Okay, so pag gumagalaw yung charges, dalawa yan, meron siyang electric field and meron din siyang magnetic field, or nagre-create din siya ng magnetic field. So a changing magnetic field creates a changing electric field, and one example of this is yung transformer. Okay, diba sabi natin, pag magkaiba yung coil dun sa primary at secondary, nagkakaroon ng change in magnetic flux. So, at dahil nagkakaroon ng change in magnetic flux, nag-iiba yung magnetic field, and thus, it creates a changing electric field. That's why, nagbabago yung voltahe from one coil to another. So, ito yung example natin, or visualization natin, animation natin ng isang electromagnetic wave. So makikita natin dito yung interaction between magnetic field and electric field. So when an electric charge vibrates, okay, as we can see here, so yung kulay na to is electric field. So makikita natin it moves up and down. So there is change. Nagkakaroon ng vibration, nagpa-vibrate yung electric charge natin. So thus, nagbabago yung kanyang electric field. And because nagbabago yung kanyang electric field, it also causes a changing magnetic field na pag ganito naman ang itsura. Okay, so they are perpendicular to each other. So the magnetic field, magnetic and electric fields create each other again and again. An EM wave travels in all directions. The figure only shows a wave traveling in one direction. The electric and magnetic fields vibrate at right angles to the direction of the wave. The wave travels, so it is a transverse wave. Kung maalala ninyo yung right hand rule number 3 natin, nandun sa pangatlo. Pag ginamit natin yung right hand rule, pwede natin ipakita yung direction ng propagation ng electric field at ng magnetic field. So magka perpendicular yung magnetic and electric field, at perpendicular din sa kanila yung propagation ng electromagnetic wave. Now, all matters contain charged particles that are always moving. So lahat ng gawa sa atoms ay binubuo ng mga charges na nagmo-move, specifically yung ating mga electrons. So therefore, kung nagmo-move yung mga charges sa atin, sa lahat ng objects na yan, therefore all objects emit electromagnetic waves. Okay, pero there are different kinds of electromagnetic waves din kasi. The wavelength becomes shorter as temperature of the material increases. Okay? EM waves carry yung tinatawag nating radiant energy. Okay? Kahit tayo, meron din tayong ini-emit na radiant energy because of our atoms. Now, what is the speed of electromagnetic waves? They travel at the speed of 300,000 kilometers per second in space or in vacuum. So this is what we call the speed of light. Okay, sabi dyan nature's limit. Kasi walang makakahigit doon sa speed of light na yan, yung 300,000 kilometers per second. So, however, yung EM wave natin, they travel at varied speed, depende kung saan sila dumadaan. So, sa vacuum, 300,000. Sa air, it is less than 300,000. Sa water, at yung air kasi depende yan sa air. Kapag syempre may mga particles dyan na nakasuspend sa air, maaaring mas bumagal pa yan. Sa water, there are 226,000 kilometers per second. Sa glass, 200,000. Sa diamond, 124,000. So depende sa density ng isang material. So what is the wavelength and frequency of an EM wave? So wavelength is the distance from crest to crest. Okay? Kung maaalala nyo yung wave, mayroong part na pataas, may part na pababa. So how do you measure the wavelength? Sukatin mo yung distance from the top of one wave to the top of another wave. O di kaya ay you can measure the distance from one trough or yung pinakamababang part to another trough. That is wavelength. Yung frequency naman is the number of wavelengths that pass a given point in 1 second. Okay, so for example, kung dalawang wavelength, buong wave ang nadaan sa isang point sa isang segundo, that is 2 waves per second. Okay? Or 2 cycles per second, or ginagamitan natin yan ng unit na hertz. 2 hertz. As frequency increases, wavelength becomes, okay, so paano ito? Anong relationship ng wavelength and frequency? Tandaan natin, pag mas mahaba ang wavelength, ibig sabihin nun, mas konting wave din ang dadaan sa isang point sa isang segundo. Okay? So kung mas mataas ang frequency, ibig sabihin mas maraming waves ang nakakadaan sa isang segundo, then ibig sabihin nun mas maliit yung wavelength nung wave na yon. Kasi pag mas mahaba, mas kukonti ang makakadaan. Pero mas maiksi yung wavelength, ibig sabihin mas maraming waves ang makakadaan sa isang segundo. So can a wave be a particle? In 1887, Heinrich Hertz discovered that shining light on a metal caused electrons to be ejected. Okay? Whether or not electrons were ejected depended upon frequency ng light, hindi sa amplitude. But remember, energy depends on amplitude. So, paano nangyari yun? Bakit nag-eject yung electrons at varying frequencies pero hindi sa varying amplitude? So years later, Albert Einstein explained Hertz's discovery. Sabi niya, electromagnetic waves can behave as particle called a photon. Sabi natin kanina, 'di ba, electromagnetic waves yung mga yan. Pero sabi ni Einstein, that those waves can behave as particle in the form of photon, whose energy depends on the frequency of the wave. So kung mas mataas ang frequency, mas mataas yung energy ng photon. That's why pag mas mataas din ang frequency, it can easily eject electrons. Okay? So paano natin mapapatunayan na a wave can behave as a particle? So, or a particle can behave as a wave. So, ito yung tinatawag nating double slit experiment. So, ang ginawa nila, they fired electrons through two slits. Okay? So, pagdating nila doon sa kabila, kung saan sila tumama, nagkaroon ng tinatawag nating interference patterns. Ano ba yung interference patterns na yan at saan nakikita yan? Interference patterns can be observed sa mga waves na gaya nito. So we have a wave that is propagated, tumatama siya dun sa dalawang butas, dalawang butas na yan. And as you can see, pagtagos ng wave na yon, nagcreate siya ng interference patterns. Ito yung interference patterns natin, kung saan nagtatama yung mga waves. Okay? Ayan. At yun yung na-observe dito sa experiment na to. Dito yung mga interference pattern. Nagkaroon siya ng interference pattern na nakikita lamang sa mga waves. So pinapatunayan nito that particles can behave as waves as well, or waves as well. There are different kinds of electromagnetic waves, at ito yung tinatawag nating electromagnetic spectrum. In the discussion of electromagnetic spectrum, hindi maiwasan dyan na pag-usapan natin yung nature of light. Okay, bakit light? Kasi ang light ang isa sa mga pinaka-familiar forms of electromagnetic wave na part ng electromagnetic spectrum. So, dual nature of light, sabi ko na kanina, na light can be modeled as a stream of particles called photons. So, it can also behave as a wave as shown dun sa double slit experiment na tinatawag natin. So the best explanation of light is that it is a particle that travels in waves. Okay, particle siya pero nagta-travel siya in waves. So yung energy, nasabi na ko na rin yan kanina, according to the observation of Hertz, pinakita doon na hindi nakabase yung energy ng electromagnetic wave sa kanyang amplitude but rather sa kanyang frequency. So dito mayroon tayong formula. E is equal to HF. H is Planck's constant na may value na 6.626 times 10 to negative 32 ang naalala ko. Okay, 32 joules per hertz. Okay, yung F naman is the frequency. So dito pinapakita yung relationship ng frequency at ng energy. So the higher yung frequency ng wave, mas mataas din ang energy niya. Okay, so the electromagnetic spectrum. So sa tao, ang visible range lang natin, or yung range lang ng wavelength na kaya nating makita is around 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, or that is from the color of violet to the color of red. Okay, so the electromagnetic spectrum consists of light at all possible energies, frequencies, wavelengths, and properties. So ito yung tinatawag nating electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, so mayroon tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electromagnetic waves or types ng electromagnetic waves dyan. Starting with radio waves. Okay, dito nyo makikita yung differences nila sa kanilang wavelengths. So anong masasabi natin sa radio wave? That means si radio wave pinaka mababa yung kanyang, or pinaka mahaba yung kanyang wavelength. Tandaan natin, wavelength can be measured from crest to crest or from trough to trough. So sa kanilang lahat, si radio waves ang pinaka mahaba ang wavelength. Okay, pinakamaiksi naman ang wavelength ni gamma ray. Kung mapapansin nyo na nagsisiksikan na yung mga waves dito. So i-measure mo yung from trough to trough, napakaiksi lamang. Okay, so ayan. Pero baliktad naman sa frequency. Kung mapapansin nyo naman sa frequency, pinakamataas or pinakamababa ang frequency ni radio waves, pinakamataas naman ang frequency ni gamma ray. Okay, ayan. So para mas madali yung tandaan nyo ang RmVuxG. RmIVuxG. So RmVuxG yung ating electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, yung order niya, RmVuxG. Okay, dito naman yung ating tinatawag na visible light spectrum. Tinawag siyang visible because siya lamang yung kayang makita ng ating mga mata. Okay, so nandyan yung ating range of colors. Okay, so ayan, RmVuxG. So ito, para mas madali nito, the rabbits made in very unusual, exciting gardens. Okay. So radio waves have the lowest frequency and the longest wavelengths. It includes TV signals, AM, FM, and other radio waves. Another is yung radar na tinatawag. Okay, microwaves. Shorter wavelengths and higher frequencies than radio waves. It is used in cooking. They are reflected by metals and are transmitted through air, glass, paper, plastic. Water, fats, and sugar absorb microwave. That's why ginagamit siya sa pagluluto. So, kapag naglagay ka ng pagkain dun sa loob, pag may water siya, fats or sugar, ina-absorb nila yung microwave. That's why umiinit sila. Dahil ina-absorb nga nila yung microwaves. So, naluluto yung pagkain because dun sa pag-absorb nila ng microwave. It is also used to carry telecommunication signals. Infrared light, shorter wavelengths and higher frequencies than microwaves. It can be felt as warmth or yung init. Infrared from sun or heat lamp warms our body, food without heating continuously. Okay? Infrared lights din yung nakikita sa mga thermal cameras. Okay, so dyan makikita yung init ng isang bagay. Roy G. Biv or the visible light. Okay, so Roy G. Biv natin or visible light natin, ito yung range of colors na nakikita ng ating mata, starting with red as the one with the longest frequency, longest wave, pero pinakamababang frequency, and then followed by orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Ang violet ang pinaka-short ang frequency, short ang wavelength, pero pinakamataas ang frequency. So ultraviolet light naman, this is called the invisible light. Okay? Kasi tinawag ng ultraviolet because it is beyond violet. So sun emits 9% of UV rays and may cause sunburns due to high energies. So beyond the UV rays, ang tinatawag naman nating X-rays. So they are used to make body images. They pass through soft tissues, but some are absorbed by bones and tissues. So the rays which pass through form an image on the photographic plate. Okay, dahil tumatago siya sa laman-laman, pero hindi sa mga buto-buto or hindi masyado sa mga buto-buto at sa mga metals, kaya ginagamit siya to image the body sa loob ng katawan or sa yung mga packages natin na may mga metals. So parang kumbaga they create shadows. Beyond X-ray, yung tinatawag naman nating gamma rays, they have the highest energy waves. Both X and gamma rays may be dangerous as they can kill the living cells due to their high energies. However, gamma rays may be used to treat cancer by killing the diseased cells. Ayan, so ginagamit sila in treatments. So they can cause cancer. They can also be used to treat cancer. So wavelength, frequency, and speed. Ano yung relationship ng tatlong ito? So sabi natin kanina, if the wavelength is higher or longer, frequency is shorter. Okay, pag pinag-multiply mo yung wavelength and frequency, you get the speed. So V is equal to the wavelength times the frequency.